Hey guys, welcome to my one brand tutorial, and since we're using all Benefit cosmetics today, I would like to call this a Benetorial. Get it? And I pull out my pink background because whenever I think of Benefit, I think of
pink and glowy and girly.
But it's just a look that I feel like you can do it on your daily basis, to go to work, to go to school, whatever it is that you do. I think that you can tone it down a little bit and you can intensify a little bit if you want, which I will do in the tutorial as well. But yeah, I'm not gonna ramble anymore. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. And now, let's get started. Today I'm starting from scratch. I'm going to be doing my brows on camera and all the good stuff. So first things first, I'm going to start by priming my face with Professional, which I absolutely love this primer because it really fills in the pores. It makes the surface, the skin really smooth. So whatever you put on top of that is just going to glide on beautifully. So I don't apply this all over my face. I just kind of take a small amount and apply this only on the areas that I have bigger pores or fine lines or anything that would like to make it smooth and hide imperfections and whatnot. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Playsticks Stick Foundation, and mine is in the shade Spin the Bottle. I have used this a few times, and what I like about this foundation is that even though it's a stick foundation and I have dry skin, I usually tend to stay away from that because, you know, stick foundations dry me out a little bit. This one doesn't do that. It's very creamy and very comfortable on the skin, and the coverage is perfect. I absolutely love this. So now I'm gonna do some highlighting, and I'm gonna be using my
Boing!
I can't say this without laughing, I'm sorry. So this is the Boing concealer, and it's a really heavy duty full coverage concealer, and I really like it. So now I want to even out my eyelids, and you guys know I use this every single time in every video. I love Stay Don't Stray. It's such a good eye primer, and it's also great for spot concealing because this one is in light medium, and that's my perfect shade. It really evens out my skin tone perfectly. So it doesn't highlight. If I want to hide imperfections or pimples or anything like that, this is kind of like perfect for that kind of stuff. Now I'm gonna set my under eyes so nothing moves, and I'm gonna use my Hello Flawless powder foundation. I absolutely love this. You guys know I use this very often, and mine is in the shade Ivory. So I'm gonna use this in a more precise brush to set my under eyes. So now that my base is done, I'm gonna move on to brows. I went ahead and did this brow off camera, which you probably can barely tell. Slightly different. No big deal. So first I go in with my Precisely My Brow Pencil, which is my favorite brow pencil ever. I love the spoolie on the other side. I love how precise it is. And I just use this on a daily basis. And mine is in the shade 6. So what I like to do first is I like to go under my brow and kind of map out and sketch out where I want my brow to be. So this is my rough sketch, kind of like a guideline for what I want to do next. And since I have very sparse brows and I'm going in for like a, you know, more glam look, I'm going to move on and use my Ka-Brow in shade number 6 as well. So I always keep my spoolie because I'm going to do a lot of blending in between, you know, each step and whatnot, because I think that's the key for a more natural brow. So all I do is dip my brush and very lightly start creating hairs basically where they should be, but they aren't. See, I just made a little mistake. It's not a big deal because we're still gonna clean up and everything. So don't be afraid that you're gonna get stuck with that because you can easily clean that up. So I always like to blend in between. And I also like to apply more pressure you know, from on my brush on the very tail of my brow, because I want this part to be darker than the rest of my brow. And then the completely opposite goes for the beginning of your brow, because you don't want to have really strong boxed up brows. You want to have really like a light natural transition. So on this part of my brow, I just kind of go very lightly. I release the pressure from the brush and just go very lightly and do light strokes. So now to sharpen them up and clean them up, I'm gonna use my Stay Don't Stray again in a small like flat brush like this, and I'm just gonna clean the imperfections or the mistakes that I made and just make sure they are kind of even. So now to give them a little bit of dimension, I'm gonna use my 3D brow tones, which is a brow gel, but kind of like highlights the brow. So I feel like since they are a little bit darker than I normally would go with, this will balance it out. But you guys know that my favorite brow gel by Benefit is the Gimme Brow. I cannot live without this. It's such an amazing volumizing brow gel. Like you can really just use that by itself and it will make your brow hairs look much fuller. So that is my number one. I highly recommend that. Just always remember that eyebrows are friends. They are not twin sisters, and they are going to never look the same. So don't do it like your girl over here and spend crazy amount of time on them and obsessing over them, because they're never gonna look exactly the same. So just fill them in and
let it go.
So then as a brow bone highlight, I'm gonna go with my good old Highbrow, which I absolutely love. It has a very unique kind of shade. It's kind of like a pinky salmon shade, but it doesn't look stark white and it doesn't look too shiny. It's just a perfect brow bone highlight just to give you a little lift. So for my eyes today, I'm gonna be using their Real Big Sexy Eye Kit, and this is a really handy eye kit. It comes like this, so it has the looks already pretty much made it for you, and it has this really handy little sponge, which I will be using it because I think it's really a beginner friendly. If you are a person who either doesn't really know how to blend your eyeshadow yet, or if you're just starting on makeup, if you are in a hurry in the morning, you just want something really quick, but you still want to look put together, this is the kind of stuff for you, because you don't have to think about it. You have 3 choices. You will swipe your sponge and your eye look and your crease and your eyelid color is done for you, basically. So it's really, really handy. Of course, I want to be a little bit more complicated, so I'm going to be adding a few other things to it. So I'm going to start by picking up my Hoola bronzer, because I like a warmer kind of crease color per se. So I'm going to dip my blending brush onto my Hoola, and I'm gonna swipe this all over my crease. So once I have that to the intensity that I want, I'm gonna pick up the first shade right here, which is called Beyond Nude, and then I'm going to swipe my little sponge back and forth a few times, and I pick up the product, and then I'm gonna use the shimmer side on the bottom and the matte side on top. So that's gonna go on my crease, the matte shadow, and then this is gonna be my lid, the shimmer color. So I'm gonna go and start blending this onto my eye. So this would be like an everyday kind of look, like if you just want to look natural and put together, this is it. What you can't do from here is go back with that crease, the Hoola bronzer, and intensify your crease even more. So I'm just gonna keep packing this on my crease a little bit more so it darkens up a little. Nothing too crazy though, but just a little bit more intense. I always like to give you guys options like that you can just kind of like turn up the switch a little bit. And then I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to pack this shimmer color on my lid, and I'm going to also spray my brush with some Fix Plus And you will see how much more intense the shimmer is gonna look. You see that? So as you guys can see, I didn't do any false lashes today at all. I want to keep this look very simple and achievable. I want you guys to be able to create this on your own. So no false lashes today. When I'm not using false lashes, I like to do this combo because I feel like it really plumps up my lashes a lot. So you guys know I use my roller lash every single time because it's my all-time favorite mascara. And I don't like my lashes to be, you know, clumpy or anything like that. So I really make sure to brush through and separate them. All you have to do is turn and use this part right here, and you can comb your lashes and really separate them, which I love, 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 love. So to finish off the eyes completely, I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and I'm gonna go back with more of that Hoola bronzer, and I'm gonna blend this all over my lower lash line. And then, I don't know if you guys know this, but not only they have the regular highbrow, which is like matte, what I use, you know, for my brow bone, but they have highbrow glow, which is a really beautiful and glowy highlighter. If you want to put this on your brow bone, it looks beautiful. But I am going to put this on my waterline, so it's going to really brighten up and open up my eyes.
Ooh, boy, I don't like doing that.
And then lastly, I'm going to coat my bottom lashes with some roller lash mascara. Now moving on to highlighting, which is always the fun part. And for that, I'm going to be using my What's Up cream highlighter. So this just gives you like a beautiful glow from within, which I really, really like. And then I also go down very lightly on the bridge of my nose. So since I'm working with creams, I'm going to go ahead and do my blush. And I'm going to use Benetint. It looks like a nail polish, right? I like to put this on the back of my hand like this. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then a little bit goes a long way, so just go easy. I like to take a small stipple brush and then apply it to my cheeks. Picking up my Hoola bronzer, I place it right here on the high point of my cheekbone, and then I wiggle back and forth to deposit the product right there, and then I start blending. I'm also going to contour my nose very lightly just to warm up my whole face. Alright, so all I have to do is add some lips, and I'm going to be using this guy right here. This is also part of the They're Real Double the Lip kit. They come like this. So in one side, it's supposed to be kind of like your lip liner, and then on the other side is your lipstick. So you kind of create like an ombre effect, so it makes your lips look fuller per se. So I'm gonna use the one in Lusty Rose today. And when it's time to do your bottom lip, you just flip it around and it would give you the same effect. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun creating this look. It made me pull out products that I hadn't used in a while, and I've forgotten how much I like them. So it was a lot of fun putting this together for you guys, and I hope that you found it simple and easy and something that you can achieve yourself, because that is something that I always keep on the back of my head. I want you guys to be able to recreate and, you know, relate to whatever it is that I'm doing here, because with a little bit of practice and a little bit of time, anybody can do this, I promise. If you guys have any questions, requests, suggestions, anything that you would like to say, you know I always love to hear your feedback. And as always, if you like this video, if you found it helpful, and if you learned something new, please give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends, because it really, really helps my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.